12 days, 2 friends and a roughly planned route. Welcome to part 2 of our road trip through Oman. My name is Käthe and together with my friend Merit we decided to embark on an off-road road trip in a country we knew almost nothing about. After getting stuck in the desert, spontaneously spending 2 nights on an island and saying yes to strangers, it was time to head back north. The mountains were calling and we wanted to reach Nizwa for a very special happening. So join us once again as we navigate down windy mountain roads and visit the most beautiful campsites. This is part 2 of our journey through Oman. Okay, let's continue where we left off. After our windy night on Masira Island, it was time to head back to the mainland as we wanted to reach Barr al-Hikman, an area that has been described to us as the Maldives of Oman, so our expectations were quite high. To reach it, we first had to drive through what seemed like an endless flat surface. After around 45 minutes of driving, the sea emerged in front of us and with it the harsh reality. Is this really the Barr al-Hikman that everyone has been raging about?
We have made it to Barr al-Hikman and for once we're actually quite early. I think we were here at 3:30, but it took us quite some time to find a camping spot because so many places on the beach are filled with trash. So many people have recommended us to come to Barr al-Hikman because people say it's like the Maldives of Oman because you have like this very beautiful blue water and white beaches. But on the other side, like if you focus on the water, it's really beautiful, but if you turn around, it's full of trash. So we decided to drive a little bit further along the coast to find a place where we wouldn't sleep next to plastic bottles, etc.
I cannot lie, seeing all the trash really bumped us out. It was a clear reminder that our global plastic consumption reaches every corner of this planet, even places that feel untouched and remote. And I hope this goes without saying, but please don't leave trash behind. Not in nature, not in cities, not anywhere. We all share the responsibility to protect this earth and keep it safe for every living being. But despite the sobering start of our day, we were happy to have found a clean camping spot. It was surrounded by water on both sides, and despite a few locals driving past, we had the place pretty much to ourselves. The next day, we packed our things and headed onto our longest and, to be honest, most boring drive of the trip. 5 to 6 hours, mainly on the highway where there's not much to see. But we wanted to reach Nizwa today because early the next morning was an event that we did not want to miss.
We have made it to Nizwa and our hostel is actually like right where everything is, which is perfect. It's currently 4:30 p.m. and we only had breakfast, so we are on the lookout for some food and then we go back to the hostel to finally do laundry. I'm so excited. Also, you are the coffee shop? Okay. We found food. So let's eat something first.
After some days of camping, it was nice to spend one night in a hostel again and be able to take a shower. It also gave us the opportunity to connect with some people, and that's how we met Sandra, a girl from Germany who was traveling alone and joined us for our evening plans.
Good morning from Nizwa. I hope you can hear me because we are right by the street. But it is 6:30 a.m. The sun has just risen and we are out and about to go and see the goat market. I'm really excited. We can already see it. It's right there. So not too far from our hostel, which is perfect. And we also made some new friends. We formed a little German group because, well, that's just what happens when you're traveling because Germans are everywhere.
The hustle of the market was just starting as we stepped onto the plaza, trying not to run into a goat. Soon after we arrived, the men formed a circle and the sellers started walking like it's their one way. Always on the lookout for someone raising their hand, gesturing they want a closer look at the animal. What started slow and relatively calm soon turned into an organized chaos, with sellers and goats appearing from left and right and voices shouting their offers. After the hustle of the market, it was time to finally have breakfast and visit Nizwa Fort. Stepping into the fort felt like stepping back in time. Its sandy-colored stone walls rise high above the city, and while we wandered through the corridors, there was always something new to see. At around noon, it was time to continue our road trip. With our new friends in tow, we drove to Jabal Akhtar to go on the 3-village hike. The hike is pretty easy and you have fantastic views along the way.
We are up in the mountains and for once it's actually cold. So we'll see. We've always been complaining about the heat, so we'll see if we're gonna start complaining about the cold, because it is a lot colder than we expected up here. But this is our camping spot. Drove quite far up the mountain because there were a lot of people camping, and we wanted an area without too many neighbors, and we found this, which is completely secluded. I think maybe behind this hill is someone camping, and behind that hill is also someone camping, so it's not like there's no one around, but at least we still have our privacy. And we also
Ich habe voll was anderes erwartet.
and we also bought food already at a restaurant so that we don't have to cook noodles again, which is very exciting. So we're gonna eat, and then we're gonna set up our tent and probably chill in the tent because it's quite chilly out here. The next 4 nights are just gonna be camping, which is exciting, and then we have to take our car back to Active Oman. Nee, das ist meins. Was ist das?
Foto.
Ja, das war mein Mega lustig, ne?
Ich dachte, das wäre nämlich noch.
Das war in meiner Kameratasche.
Arabisch.
Tonight was so cold. I mean, I knew we were in the mountains and that it's gonna be colder than at the sea, but we both didn't expect it to be this cold at night. So our original plan of camping on Jabal Shams is probably not accurate anymore, because it's just Jabal Shams is another 1,000 meters higher than we already are, so it's gonna be even colder up there. So we had to do some replanning. So now the plan is to drive to Jabal Shams, do part of the balcony walk. We probably won't do all because we don't have enough time, and then drive back down from Jabal Shams so that we won't have to camp at 3,000 meters altitude. Then tomorrow we want to do the Snake Canyon route, and then we're pretty much already in Muscat. So that is what we have in mind for right now, but obviously plans can always change, so we'll see what actually will happen. But yeah, we packed everything up, and so funny, just now a group of guys drove by and they asked for directions, which, first of all, do we look like we know our way around here? Because I don't think so. Obviously we weren't much of a help. And then 5 minutes later they came back and stopped here again and showed me a picture, and were like, this is you, isn't it? And they actually saw me, or us essentially, but they had a picture of me filming at the goat market in Nizwa, which is so funny that someone like recognized me. Obviously they don't know my channel or anything. It's just funny that someone was at the market as well, and I'm in the background of a photo, and somehow they remembered enough to come back and tell me that story. They actually also bought a goat. for 62 riyals. So in case you're wondering how much a goat is, I think it's around 120 euros. So actually quite expensive, but the goat is no longer with us anymore. They had it for dinner. But yeah, very funny. It was so, I don't know, I love these random like coincidences. Also, by the way, wait, let me see if you can see. Somewhere there is a donkey who has been chilling with us. So yeah, we are in the best of company. Okay, let's head on the road.
The balcony walk on Jebel Shams is absolutely breathtaking. We sadly didn't have time to complete it because we had to find a camping spot, but the hike is definitely worth checking out. You walk along the rim of the mountain and it's not too difficult of a hike. I absolutely love the mountains, so for me it was the perfect chill hike with constant stunning views.
Respekt vor ihr. We have left our camping spot and just went to get some breakfast, and I also bought once again karak tea, which is an absolute obsession now that we're here. I hope I can get it in Germany as well, like easily, with like low effort. And now we're also gonna go and get some juice to have enough energy and fuel to do like the Snake Canyon route. We heard it's gonna be really hard because it is off-road and it has a lot of steep hills. So we weren't 100% sure if we wanted to do it, but turns out the highway route takes around the same amount of time as like the crazy route. So we're just gonna try it out. If it's gonna get too crazy, we might have to turn around, but I'm quite optimistic. We went through the desert and everybody warned us, so I think we can do this as well. And then we'll see. Right now the plan is to stop at a wadi to camp there, but yeah, as always, we're just gonna see where the road will take us. We have found our last camping spot for the road trip. We just came from Wadi, let me check, I don't actually remember what it was called. From Wadi Al-Hokain. It was really nice there, but we didn't think of bringing swimwear or a book or just something to entertain us while we were there, and we also wanted to set up camp while it was still bright outside, so we only spent there like around 10 minutes to walk around, and then we went back into the car to look for our camping spot. And we found a pretty nice one. We are surrounded by mountains. At first we went onto the other side of the road, but there were a bunch of dead goats. So we turned around because we didn't want to sleep between quite literal corpses. So we found the other side, which is equally as nice naturally as it is on the other side, just with less death around us, which is always appreciated. Tomorrow is gonna be our last day of driving. We have to give the car back at around 5 p.m. So we do still have pretty much the whole day, but we're planning to be back in Muscat at around 2 p.m. so that we can just like clear everything out of the car, put it in the hostel, and then drive to Active Oman to give them the car back. But yeah, it was a lot of fun doing this road trip, driving around, camping. I've never camped this much before in my life, and it's definitely challenging to find a good camping spot if you have no idea. Like, it's not like you have a map of camping spots that you can choose from. You just have to drive and see whatever looks good.
What a fun time this trip has been. Thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't already, make sure to check out part 1 of my Oman vlogs. If you stayed this long, I hope this also means that you loved the video, so I would appreciate it if you gave it a like and followed along for more adventures.